Shalom. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Double honor to the apostle, Nelly Great Millstone. Peace and blessing to your occupation is truth throughout the four winds. Okay, just back again with the second part of the book of Acts, how the New Testament really recites things in the old, basically prophecies being fulfilled, at a certain time, and it'll actually reference the Old Testament where it was prophesied at, and everything basically that the apostles, the disciples, all the men of the book, they actually went back to the old. Okay, even Yahushua quoted from the old. All right. This is Genesis 12:1. It says, "Now the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, has said to Abram, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and from thy father's house into a land that I will shew thee." And go to the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 3. "And said unto him, get thee out of thy country and from thy kindred and come into the land which I will shew thee." So you basically have a recite. Okay, it was quoting the Old Testament. This is Genesis 11:31. It says, "And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot the son of Haran his son's son, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, his son's Abraham wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and dwelt there." This is Acts 7:4. "Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Charan, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him into the land wherein ye now dwell." Okay, another recital, just being recited. Okay, Genesis chapter 12, verse 4 and 5. It says, "So Abram departed as the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance, and they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan." Okay, and into the land of Canaan they came. Acts 7:4. It says, it's just repeating it of the last one I had brought out. It says, "Then came he out of the land of the Chaldeans and dwelt in Charan, and from thence, when his father was dead, he removed him from this land wherein ye dwell now." Okay, just a repeat, showing where they dwelled and where they went, how long they lived there, so on and so forth. Genesis 12:7. "And Yahweh Shem Yahushua appeared to Abram and said, Unto thy seed will I give this land. And there built he an altar unto Yahweh Shem Yahushua, whom appeared unto him." Acts 7:5. "And he gave him none inheritance in it, no, not so much as to set his foot on, yet he promised that he would give it to him for a possession." Okay, "and to his seed after him, when as yet he had no child." So it's a prophecy that was fulfilled. Okay, it's just showing you things that were prophesied that's actually taking place. Genesis 15:13. "And he said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall they serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. Acts chapter 7, verse 6. And the Most High spake on this wise, that his seed should sojourn in a strange land, and that they should bring them into bondage and entreat them evil 400 years. And that nation whom they shall be in bondage shall I judge, said the Most High. And after that shall they come forth and serve me in this place. Spot on. It's both speaking on Egypt. Spot on. Okay. Genesis 17 and 10. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised. Acts chapter 7, verse 8. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begot Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs. So it's just showing that this promise and this covenant that he made between the two, it was actually practiced throughout the generations. Okay, it showed practice. It showed where it took place, and it showed that it was a covenant. All right. Genesis 21 and 1 and 3 and 4, it says, and the Lord visited Sarah, and as he had said, the Lord did unto Sarah as he had spoken. And Abraham called the name of his son that was born unto him, whom Sarah bare to him, Isaac. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac, being 8 days old, as the Most High had commanded him. Okay, Acts 7 and 8. And he gave him the covenant of circumcision. And so Abraham begat Isaac and circumcised him the 8th day. And Isaac begat Jacob, and Jacob begat the 12 patriarchs. I mean, it's self-explanatory. You know, when you're reading this, you really see that the new and the old, it's really nothing different about them. Okay? This is Genesis 37. 4 and 11 and 28, it says, and when his brethren saw that their father loved him more than all his brethren, they hated him and could not speak peaceably unto him. And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. Then there passed by Midianites, merchantmen, and they drew and lifted up Joseph out of the pit and sold him to the Ishmaelites for 20 pieces of silver, and they brought Joseph into Egypt. Okay. Acts 7 and 9. And the patriarchs, moved with envy, sold Joseph into Egypt, and the Most High was with him. Look at it, man. These things, when you understand scripture, man, you really understand that the New and the Old Testament, it's nothing different. Okay? Even Yahweh Shai was in the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's crazy, man, how Christians just, for some reason, just think that it's just something new. Genesis 41 and 37 and 40, it says, and the thing was good in the eyes of Pharaoh and in the eyes of all his servants. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. And this was to Joseph. Acts 7 and 10. And delivered him out of all his afflictions, and gave him favor and wisdom in the sight of Pharaoh king of Egypt, and made him governor over Egypt and all his house. We just read that in Genesis. Okay? Why is it all these prophets and these apostles and disciples are quoting all these things out of the Old Testament? Is it that they didn't have a story to tell? No. So it's no different, new and old, bro. Genesis 41 and 54, it says, and the 7 years of Darth began to come according as Joseph had said, and the Darth was in all lands, and all of Egypt, when all the land of Egypt there was bread. Acts 7:11. Now there came a dearth over all the land of Egypt, and basically Canaan, and great affliction, and our fathers found no sustenance. Okay? That's basically he said it was going, he saw in a vision it was going to be darkness and a famine in the land. It came to pass, Egypt became great off of Joseph, an Israelite. Okay? Genesis 42 and 2. And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Get ye down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. Acts 7 and 12. But when Joseph heard that there was corn in Egypt, he sent out our fathers first. Just seen that in Genesis. Okay? Genesis 45, 1 and 9. Then Joseph could not refrain himself before all them that stood by him, and he cried because every man to go from me. And there stood no man with him, while Joseph made himself known unto his brethren. Haste ye, and go up to my father, and say unto him, Thus said thy son Joseph, the Most High hath made me Lord of all Egypt. Come down unto me, tarry not. Acts 7 and 13. And at the second time Joseph was made known to his brethren, and Joseph's kindred was made known unto Pharaoh. We just read that in Genesis. Okay? I'm going to keep them coming. I'm going to make more videos just to show you that the New Testament is just not nothing just out of the blue. Okay? These things, I mean, it's reciting the old things of the scriptures. Okay, I hope this is edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostle, and that was a great millstone. Peace and blessing to y'all. Keep pushing this truth throughout the four winds. Shalom.